All right. Welcome in. Cavemen Media Podcast. Interesting show today. We've got a good lineup for today's show, but we're doing things a little bit different. New location, or old location, whatever you want to call it. We're back in the poker room for Cavemen Media Podcast. If you've been listening for a long time, you know this is where the show actually started. Well,
first, 15 episodes?
I don't even know if it was that long.
No, actually, I think it was only 11.
Maybe 11 shows. The first 11 episodes of the Cavemen Media Podcast were recorded right here in the poker room, and we're back in the poker room about 40-some episodes later.
Yeah.
And the title of today's show might be called BroPod because there's only two of us, and we're brothers. I'm joined by my little brother, Connor, at Real Connor Gray on Instagram and Twitter. Follow myself at SportsDadOhio. Just two of us. Going to do a little podcast. We've got a good lineup here. We're going to bring it to the table. We're talking about Connor's work trip that he went on last week. We had no show last week due to Connor being out, you know. I've got a little segment for us called All-Time Favorites. We're going to talk a little Baker Mayfield. We're going to talk a little Antonio Brown, Logan Paul dispute. We're going to talk a little golf later in the show. So let's get right into it, and let's bring it to the table. What do you bring to the table this week, Connor?
All right, so I heard this story on the radio this morning, and this is one of those things that kind of gets on my nerves. I'm one of those people, I don't really care what you do in your personal lives. You do whatever you want. But this certain thing kind of just rubs me the wrong way. So, you know Dwayne Wade.
I do.
Basketball player.
I know where this is going.
Yep. His son, it is a son. His name's Zion. He's 12 years old. Came home from school one day, told his parents, "Hey, Dad, I think I want to play in the WNBA and not in the NBA. I want to be a girl."
And he's now a she.
He's all for it, yeah.
His sporting is good.
Yeah, which is good, but I don't know about this. She is now named Zaya.
Yep.
Not
Name
Zion.
change. Yep. Saw that.
And she said that she wants to be referred to as she and her going forward.
Yes, so this is something that's been in the news a lot lately. I think he was even on the Ellen show.
Yeah, that's where I kind of heard it.
Yeah, it's been news going around social media. He's supporting his kid. It's tough decision. I mean, as a father, I have two boys. It's got to be something tough, but I mean, if that's what your kid wants, I guess you got to support him. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
never been in that situation.
Support your kids, but in this situation, I don't know. It's just weird. Like there's man and there's woman. I don't want to get too far into this because
I don't know. This is something we really want to get deep into, Connor.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I rest my case. That's all I have to say.
I'd probably call it right there. As my table segment, I want to talk about the good old coronavirus.
I love that beer.
Did you know that you don't actually get the coronavirus from Corona beer?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
How about that?
I didn't know that.
I think a lot of people didn't know that. There's a cruise ship sailing out in the sea that has been denied by multiple countries, such as Thailand, Taiwan, Japan, the Philippines, and Guam, to dock the ship there due to the coronavirus. Title reads, "Cruise ship will dock in Cambodia after multiple countries deny entry over coronavirus fears." The Westerdam, operated by Holland America Line, had been left stranded after multiple countries turned the luxury liner away from its ports.
So they're just out there in the ocean.
So these people has thousands of people on this cruise ship. I mean, it is a huge cruise ship. There's a picture of it right there.
It's a big cruise ship.
It's a big cruise ship. It's got thousands of people on the ship, and they're just stranded at sea for multiple days.
It's like that what we were talking about a couple weeks ago, being stranded at sea. This
is due to a virus, though. A virus.
Is anybody confirmed on the ship to have the virus, or do they even know?
It doesn't say. But, I mean, that is wild. Could you imagine being on that ship and countries are in fear of letting you come to their country because you might have this virus? I don't think you could. I don't think you could confirm that they have the virus when they're on the ship
until they get back.
They have high-end medical doctors.
They
on the
could
ship.
have. What they should do is dock somewhere, and have doctors come on and test all of the people.
That's true.
I mean, you can't just have this.
They let them go to Cambodia, so don't go to Cambodia anytime soon. So let me give you a few stats on the coronavirus. The death toll has risen to 1,113 deaths as of yesterday. There are over 44,000 confirmed cases worldwide. I mean, the new number of confirmed cases have declined, so it's starting to finally go away. The deaths are now, though, spreading from China to the Philippines and now to the Hong Kong. Originally, it was just in China. I saw a drone video in China of their streets, and they're on like a lockdown. You can't even go outside. It's that bad. There's been very, very, very few cases in the United States, but no deaths as of yet.
There was a lot of people when I was traveling at the airport that had those masks on.
Yep.
And fun fact, those actually don't do anything unless you have the virus. That's not going to keep you from getting the virus, but it'll help you not spread the virus.
That is correct.
They just look stupid.
Something, though, that I feel like is... I mean, I've seen it on the news and social media here and there, but I feel like this is going under the radar, is the flu virus in the United States. Have you heard anything about this?
The flu?
Yeah.
Heard of the flu?
I mean, how bad it's been this year, though.
Oh, no, I know it's been going around a lot.
It's bad.
Down here, I don't know about the U.S.
This is over a series of time. I believe this is last decade, 2010 to 2019, but 9.7 million flu illnesses with 4,800 deaths.
4,000 deaths just in the U.S.?
Over 10 years in the United States,
over
yes.
10 years. I thought you meant this year. I was like, what the I haven't even got my flu shot yet.
I mean, that's a wild number. I feel like the flu is just flying under the radar.
Over 10 years, though, I feel like that's really not that
People
bad.
dying just from the flu? Like, I feel like everybody gets the flu like once a year. Like, it just happens once a year. Everybody gets the flu, you get sick for a couple days, and you move on. Didn't realize it was...
Yeah,
if
you got a shitty immune system, though. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Back to the coronavirus, though. Only 13 coronavirus cases confirmed in the United States. But flu cases, 22 million. Wow. This year. That's this year. That is a wild number. Got to get that flu shot.
Flu's pretty common, though. You got yours?
No.
Yeah, me either. I was talking to my girlfriend about it. I was like, yeah, I got mine. And then I was like, wait. Nah, that was 2 years ago. I don't have mine.
Yeah, I don't think I've got the flu shot in quite some time, so I should probably do that. Seeing these facts here makes me want to go to the doctor. So tell us a little bit. Last week, like we said, we were out last week. No show last week. Matt was out on a work trip. You were out on a work trip. How'd that go?
Trip went well. It was we flew into Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. Down south. Warmer weather?
Yep, for a little bit. Weather was like nice the first couple days, and then the last 2 days, I'll get into that. So we land, and we go to get our rental car. And for me, this is probably the coolest part. I guess, I don't know if it's my boss or just our company, but they're a gold member with Hertz, the car rental.
Okay.
So we literally just got off the plane. And usually when you're in a car, you got to go through all that paperwork, all that. Since they're a gold member, you literally just walk out onto the lot, and there's a whole lot. And if it's labeled gold, like the car is labeled gold, you can just get in, the keys in there, and drive out.
Wow.
So we were walking out, and they're like, all right, Connor, which car you want to take? And I was like, let's get the Camaro. we went for the minivan, but
okay.
I thought that was pretty cool. And then other than that, it worked for the most of it. That went well. We stopped at a Speedway on the way to work one day, and it was about 7:30 a.m. There's this guy in front of me in line. He pays, turns around. He's got a tall boy Heineken and a Red Bull.
Hell of a day.
I was like, dude, that's a breakfast of champions right there.
I literally was at Speedway an hour ago. The person in front of me bought a tall White Claw mango with a energy drink. It's called the Rain or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
He bought an energy drink and a White Claw. Just one of each. I see it every day when I go to Speedway.
It's interesting.
Some crazy folks out there.
7:30 a.m.
7:30 in the morning. That's wild.
Like, damn, you're about to have a good day at work.
About to be he's preparing.
So yeah, and then on our last day, we just did a half day because we had to get to the airport. Some bad weather came through. A couple tornadoes touched down.
Yeah.
Tornado
warnings were out.
Yes.
Where you were.
There was 2 or 3 that touched down, pretty close to where we were. They had to evacuate the air traffic control tower. So flights were delayed, canceled all day, sat in the airport for 8 hours, switched back and forth between 2 flights throughout the entire thing. Took forever. And somehow our luggage made it to Dayton like a couple hours before us.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, how could we not get a flight to Dayton? Yeah. Apparently it went somewhere else, and then that plane.
So while you're sitting at the airport in Charlotte, your luggage is on a plane
on a
going
joyride
cross country and beat you to Dayton. How about that?
This guy sitting next to me, though, I went from sitting in the 5th seat to the second to last seat, too. That was the worst part. Row, yes.
That's brutal.
But I get in the back and sit next to this guy, and he was just, chatty Cathy, talking about his day and stuff. Started in Orlando, had to go like 2 other places, had a layover, had been like at airports and on planes for like since 8 a.m. And then he got stuck in Charlotte. So he had a real bad day. But luckily, the very last row was empty, so he sat back there, and I got a row to myself.
There you go. Let me ask you this. Are you one of those people, plane lands, docks at the terminal?
Just sit.
People start just going chaos. Got to get my bag. Got to stand up. Got to get in the aisle.
No, I'm not one of those people who just lets everybody get off, but I wait until everybody who is in front of me who isn't waiting gets up and goes.
I just don't get it. Like, what is the rush to pile in that little aisle with hundreds of people? Got to grab your bag, which makes the aisle even tighter because everybody's fighting for their bags. It's brutal.
Yeah. It's
literally a war to get off the airplane.
Yep. That is.
I've seen pictures of people in other countries. They sit, the person in front of them grabs their bag, walks off the plane. It's so much faster and easier, less stressful.
That's how it works, yeah.
Why do we have to fight to get off the plane?
I'm not a huge fan of flying in general. Just the whole thing.
I just don't get it.
Driving to the airport, going through security. I'm always scared somebody's going to plant drugs on me and I'm going to get arrested.
Whoa.
And then, depending on what airport, there's shitty airport food. And then, then getting on a plane, it's small. I don't fly first class, so it sucks.
Have you ever flown first class?
No.
Me neither.
I'd love to.
I don't mind flying, though. I've flown a few times for work.
I've watched,
then obviously, for vacations and stuff.
Videos of Casey Neistat flying. Like, he said, like, it was like a $20,000 plane ticket. And you literally get, like, your own bed. They bring you food and stuff. You can shower on the plane.
$20,000 to fly. Yeah. That's insane. I hate spending $300 to fly to Florida.
Although the flights that, like, we get on, the first class, it's really not anything special. It's not. A little bit bigger of a chair, and that's about it.
That's it. That's literally it. And now we fly Allegiant and Frontier. Now, if you go like Delta,
flew American though,
and stuff like that, they close the little blinds and make you feel like you're not good enough for those people. They can't even look at you. They close the blinds. That's how much better that those people in first class are than you. Interesting.
We'll say American Airlines had very good crackers.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I flew Delta one time. One time I flew Delta to Texas to see Taylor when she was in the military. They gave me a blanket.
Wow.
That was pretty nice.
That's high class.
They gave me a full-on, brand new Delta blanket.
Did you use it?
Heck yeah, I used it. That was nice. I got another one on the way back.
You got to keep it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I took it home. 2 of them. But let's get into my, I got a little segment for us called All-Time Favorites. I got a few questions for you, Connor, and I've got a few answers myself here. Let's start with TV. What was your all-time favorite TV show growing up? So I'm going to say about 12 and under. What was your go-to
12
show?
And under. Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Okay.
That was my shit.
I like that. I'd probably have to say I watched a lot of Gilmore Girls. I did watch a lot of Gilmore Girls after 12. I was definitely under 12 for sure. ABC Family. That's probably not normal. Hey, Gilmore Girls, you can't go wrong. On ABC Family.
Never watched it.
You never watched it?
I remember it being on, like you watching it when we were little, but never paid attention to it. I watched Disney Channel until I was probably like 13.
See, I can't remember when I dropped that on Disney Channel. It was early, though. It was early. All right, what about this? What about your all-time favorite cereal? For the rest of your life, you can only eat one cereal for the rest of your life.
I couldn't tell you the last time I had a bowl of cereal. I'm one of those people where I don't put milk in my cereal. I just have a glass of milk on the side.
So you're a toddler. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
My kid does that.
I would say Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Hell
That's
yeah.
a good one. Okay. I'd have to go with good old Lucky Charms. I'd love me some marshmallows.
I don't like Lucky Charms.
Give me the marshmallows.
My next one would be Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. Love Fruit Loops. I'd probably have, if I had to eat one for the rest of my life though, I would probably just go with the Honey Nut Cheerios. You know, it's heart healthy, and tastes good. So I'd probably go with that.
No, wait. I'm thinking of honeycombs. Never mind.
Honeycombs. That's a good one.
Honeycombs is good.
I like how I said name one cereal. We just listed off like 6.
Yeah, well.
All right. So what's your favorite pop? Or for you Southerns? Soda. What's your favorite soda? All-time favorite. Can only have one for the rest of your life. Mine's easy.
See, this is hard because it depends where I'm at. If I'm going just like, going to a vending machine that have any soda ever, Dr. Pepper all the way.
Yep, that's mine, Dr. Pepper.
That's where I go. Most restaurants. But there are 2 places I like to get a Coke. One, McDonald's.
Obviously.
2, oh wait, no, not a Coke. Yeah, Coke and McDonald's. But if I ever go to KFC, Pepsi. Their Pepsi is incredible.
You know what I really like is Mountain Dew at Skyline.
Not a big Mountain Dew guy.
I like it. But if I had to pick one, I'd go Dr. Pepper. Lock it for sure. All right. Movie. All-time favorite movie.
It's a tough one.
I feel like we're not really big movie guys. We're not watching.
No,
we didn't watch the award show last weekend. We're not into the big movie critics, but I like a good movie every now and then.
One of my favorite movies is The Social Network. I don't know
why. It's a good one,
but it's one of my favorites. Other than that, I really don't know, man. I mean, I watch movies. I just don't really have favorites. What would be yours? Step
Coach
Brothers?
Carter.
That's a good one. Coach
Carter.
Carter. Never seen it.
Definitely Samuel L. Jackson. A lot of other good actors in that movie, but I mean, I watched that all the time as a kid. I haven't seen it in a while. I need to watch it again. The anniversary for it just came out a while back. I think it was like the 10-year anniversary. It might have been even more than that. That's a classic. Coach Carter. Very motivating. True underdog story.
No, one of my favorite movies. I can't remember if it's from Remember the Titans or We're on Marshall. Whichever one, I think it's We Are Marshall. Whichever one has Matthew McConaughey.
That's We Are Marshall.
Okay, yeah.
Plane crashes. They got to get it all new.
Yes.
They got to get a new. That's a true story.
Yeah, I know.
That's a wild.
The movie's awesome. So funny story. Disney Plus came out, and Remember the Titans is on there. Mm-hmm. And me and Kaylee were like, "Oh, that's where the plane crashes. Let's watch it." The whole movie, we're waiting for the plane crash. We were like, "Dude, what is going on?" The whole time
you're just waiting for this football team to crash and die.
Yes,
it is the wrong movie.
Yeah, it was.
So that's a high school. This is a college.
Yeah. We figured it out.
Both great movies, though. Both great movies. All right, these last two are a little bit different. So tell me your death meal. You're locked away in prison.
Dude,
you're on your deathbed.
I had this wrote down as a question I was going to ask at some point.
What is your meal that you would pick?
I don't know. Am I allowed to mix and match?
You can get a main course, 2 sides, and a drink.
Okay. Main course, 2 sides, drink. I'm going to go. My main course is going to be a big old hearty steak.
Steak, really?
Yeah.
All right.
With some A1 sauce.
It's got to be like
cooked medium rare.
The best
filet
mignon
that
you can find.
Yeah. And then my side item is going to be some gourmet mac and cheese, and then some French fries.
Okay.
Got to go with some French fries. My drink, come on, Bud Light.
Give me a cold one.
Bud Light.
All right. So I agree on 2 out of your 4 there. I want the French fries as one side, and I want the Bud Light. For my main course, now this is not even me just trying to make my wife happy, but I want her meatloaf as my main meal. I'm not even kidding. Give me her meatloaf, and I want my side. This is an arguable side, but I want 1 roll of sushi.
I don't think that's a side item.
Is it not? It's like an appetizer,
sushi, maybe? Meatloaf.
It doesn't go well together. Don't get me wrong.
French fries.
It doesn't go well together at all. But those are the 4 items that I would have to have at least one more time before I hit death row. All right, last question for you. What's your favorite app? Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. You can only use one for the rest of your time.
Does it have to be one of those?
One of those 4, yep.
Okay.
Social media.
I guess Twitter. I would say Reddit, but wasn't part of the options.
Reddit would be your one and only forever? You pick Reddit? Really? I can't get into Reddit. It's so confusing to me.
I spend hours on Reddit.
I need you to give me a crash course on Reddit. It's so confusing to me.
It's really not. You join these groups, things you're interested in, and then people talk about them.
Well, I got banned from one group.
Yeah, because you can't self-promote. That's the thing. Like, they're all moderated, like, by actual people. So you can't just post a bunch of bullshit on there. Like, if everybody was allowed to post in the NFL one, promoting their fucking
so
podcast or something.
If you're curious why I got banned, I posted our XFL show at Extra Football on this NFL
on the
Reddit
NFL Reddit page,
and they banned me like within no time.
Yes, you get banned easy. And sometimes, like, if you don't make title stuff the right way, then yeah. So right now, this is kind of just right now. My number one used app is TikTok.
What? I don't even have that downloaded on my phone.
Dude, you remember Vine?
Yes.
It is now becoming Vine.
See, all I see is the ones of people dancing. Like I don't.
There's a lot of bullshit where people are dancing,
and I don't want to scroll through people dancing.
That's kind of what it started as, because Musical.ly or music.ly or whatever was what TikTok used to be, but now like a lot of people are hopping on TikTok and they're becoming more funny.
I mean, if it's funny, then I'm all for it.
Some of them are freaking hilarious. That one I sent you about the guy impersonating Colin.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude,
I didn't realize
hilarious.
that was even TikTok.
Yeah.
My app, I'd probably go. If I had to pick one forever, I would probably pick Twitter, just because it's the most informative. You can still get news updates, sports, everything, videos, everything is on there. But my favorite would probably be Instagram, just because it's so easy to just scroll through, nice video, picture, whatever. Just keep scrolling through it for forever. I don't have to use my brain to read.
The one thing I do like about Instagram, a lot of people hate this, but every time you get on there, it just refreshes and everything's in random order.
Yeah.
Not in a chronological order, so you're not seeing the same shit.
So you're not seeing the same stuff. It gives you the stuff that you've missed. And at first, I hated that.
Yeah, me too.
But now I love it.
Yeah.
Because that's
I can hop on there
like
and see different stuff.
Facebook does that now.
Yeah.
But Twitter's still in order. Yeah. All right.
But Twitter, you can get the most interaction with people.
You get the most interaction. I feel like you get the most news from Twitter.
You see Twitter, like, you can go on there and see stuff from everything. Like,
and you see
lot
it
of
instantly. Everything is on Twitter, like, super fast.
Oh, yeah, a lot of content that's on Twitter comes from Reddit. That's like when you guys send me stuff, I already saw it.
You've already seen it on Reddit? Yep. Really? See, everybody told me that when I didn't have a Twitter. I'd tag people on Facebook. I'd see people, I'd tag stuff on Facebook, and people were like, I saw that on Twitter. I'm like, I guess I need to get a Twitter. I guess I got to get into Reddit. I don't know. I've got the app, but I can't get into it. Let's talk about the man that is standing behind us. If you're on YouTube, check it out.
Is he actually that tall?
I think that's actual life size. Yeah, that's a Baker Mayfield.
Seems really tall.
Let's talk about Baker Mayfield for a minute.
My man.
My man. I don't know if it's true.
Allegedly, Baker Mayfield. So let's start from the beginning.
Go ahead.
This girl, I forget her name, but I can look it up. She came out on Twitter claiming that she met up with Baker Mayfield behind a cheesecake factory and gave him some sloppy toppy. She has pictures of him Snapchatting her and an alleged D-pic with his name on it.
With his name on it, not his face.
Yes.
His
but
name.
She also has
Baker.6.
a picture of
Mayfield.
him with the same username. Which that is the only thing that kind of makes me believe it. My only thing is Baker Mayfield, he's, a famous quarterback. He has a hot wife. Why is he meeting up with some 20-year-old girl behind Cheesecake Factory and getting a blowjob? But the girl telling the story on the radio show, Morning Glory or Morning Rover or whatever his name is.
Rover or something, yeah. The Cleveland morning sport, not even sports, just a morning talk show.
No, he's on
It's 100.7.
He's on 103.9 every morning. I think it's 103.9.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because I have
didn't
my
know that.
stuff,
I've never heard him before. He's based in Cleveland.
I hear him sometimes, and then I saw that it was him doing this interview. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Anyway, she was on there and she was talking about it. She like when she was telling how it went down, she was like, I was at the first game of the season, the preseason, I think.
She just seems very immature.
Yeah.
It just I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't want to believe it. I don't know. If you listen to it, yeah, she met up with him. She sent him a picture, DM'd a picture of herself wearing his shirt on Twitter. He reached out to her a couple days later on Snapchat. They snapped back and forth. They met in the back of Cheesecake Factory in his car. She gave him a blowy, left. That was it.
Really, all she's doing is making herself look like a hoe.
Yeah, either way, if it's true or not, if it's true or not, you still look like a slut.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Baker, he's married. That is a little messed up.
Downside.
That is the downside. And I don't want to believe it because he's my quarterback. He's got a beautiful wife. I mean, I don't get the reason for it.
Another thing that's kind of weird is he blocked her. Like, why would he randomly block this chick who has like 200 followers?
I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean, once all this stuff comes out about him and this girl, yeah, maybe he did block her. Yeah. He didn't want to see the stuff. He didn't.
That's true. We don't.
He didn't want to waste
his. Blocked.
He didn't want to waste. Yeah, exactly. He didn't want to waste his time and thoughts and effort and stress into this girl that means absolutely nothing to him.
Right.
And then another girl calls into the show. Did you watch the full 35-minute interview?
No, I cut off like with 10 minutes left.
So I watched. Unfortunately, I watched the whole thing.
I planned on it, but class started.
And so this other girl calls in and she's like, yeah, same story. We met in a parking lot, got in his car, and same thing. So, I mean, if you look at it from a side that if you don't care that he's married, this dude just got two chicks to hop in his truck, blow him, and leave and never talk to him again. Hey, whatever.
Easy.
I don't know.
Peasy.
I don't know. I don't think it's true. Most people on Twitter don't believe it. There's a poll. Is it true or not? And it's like 70% no, not true. So I don't know. This chick's, like she said, she's 20 at the time. She would have been 19.
Yeah.
Baker's a second-year NFL quarterback. Why is he going around meeting up with girls on social media? I just don't get it. A month after he gets married.
It's very weird.
It's weird. It is so weird.
You know what could have happened? She thought it was Baker Mayfield.
Maybe there's a doppelganger Baker Mayfield out there that looks just like him that is getting blowjobs out the wazoo. I like that better. I like that.
If I looked like him, but yeah, I'm Baker Mayfield. You want to hop in my truck real quick?
Yep. Sounds good to me. All right, let's talk about Antonio Brown. We talk about him a lot. Unfortunately, he's in the news a lot. Let's talk about his dispute with YouTuber/boxer guy I don't really know too much about, Logan Paul.
Yeah, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. They were beefing on Twitter and whatnot. Logan Paul dropped a diss track. Not a very good rapper, but this one's kind of funny.
I thought it was pretty good.
I
watched the whole thing, and I was rolling.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I enjoyed it.
And the music video is him like boxing and stuff.
Yeah, he's boxing. He's wearing a Juju jersey at one point. I thought that was pretty funny.
He's wearing like a Tom Brady jersey.
He was wearing a Brady jersey a lot.
Kind of odd. But yeah, no, I
hope a diss track. Yeah,
I really hope they box.
Antonio Brown will not step in a boxing ring.
You don't think so?
Anybody? No.
Give it 6 more months. He's not back in the NFL or any league. You think he goes XFL?
If he doesn't make it to the NFL next season, I don't know what he does. If he doesn't get back into the NFL, which he probably will, get back into the NFL next season, but if for some reason he doesn't, I don't know what he's going to do. I think for him it's jail or NFL. He's going to go one way or the other. He's either going to get his head right and get back into the NFL and have a good remaining career, or he's just going to continue to blow the lid and go to jail. I don't know.
He made a post recently, I think on Instagram, of him, a picture of him and Big Ben, and he said I screwed up, blah blah blah.
He's on a big apology tour right now. He's on a big apology tour right now. He's done a couple interviews and put out a couple posts on Twitter and stuff like that, apologizing, which is why I think come next NFL season he'll be on a roster for sure. Where? I don't know. Yeah. One more thing before we close out the show. Our sister, she is now, count them, 14. She is a freshman at Miamisburg High School. And
okay, just tell her where she lives too.
And she has a school project where she has to learn something over a series of time. So I think it's like a 4-month project.
4 months, yeah.
4-month project they have to get a mentor for to teach, to learn something. And I suggested this to her, and I'm very surprised that she's going with it.
Me too. I thought she would have been like, "Hi."
Yeah, I thought for sure she would have laughed it off and never been talked about again. But I suggested that she let me and Connor teach her how to play golf. And I'm stoked. She said yes. She sent her formal email to us. So over the next 4 months, Connor's going to document and contribute to teaching her to play golf. We're going to elevate her golf game.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess since she's never played golf before, I can teach a little bit, but I'm not very good at golf. I teach her how to hold a beer in one hand and a club in the other hand.
I teach her how to drive the cart, but that's about it. I want to get her the fundamentals of the game.
Yeah.
Swing the club, make contact, the rules, the scoring, everything very, very basic. But, I mean, if she does well and she likes it, enjoys it, my goal is to get her on Miamisburg's golf team going into her sophomore year.
I hope she does.
That is my goal. And I know you're listening, Chloe, so that's going to happen.
You got to play something.
You got to do something. We're going to get you on the golf team, Chloe.
Captain.
It's going to happen. Captain, senior year golf team. Who knows? You might even get a full ride to college.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm excited. If you haven't already, make sure you check out our XFL show, the Extra Football Podcast. New show is out. XFL Week 2 happening this weekend. Pretty pumped for those games. But yeah, check out the podcast, new show, new league. I enjoyed that first weekend. I thought it was great. Thoughts on the week?
Pretty wild.
Interesting
Everything
insight.
was pretty
for
wild.
Sure.
Yeah, the rules are interesting. The
F-bombs on the sideline.
The production was good. I enjoy that. The play was not bad. Saturday was a lot better than Sunday. There was really not that much scoring on Sunday.
Not a lot of scoring on Sunday. A lot of scoring on Saturday.
Yeah.
Hope you had the under on Sunday.
Yeah, that was brutal. But all around, I liked it.
Like you said, I think the production was great. I think the insight with the rules and the play calls, the officiating and stuff like that, I thought that's great. I think it's just going to get better and better as the football gets better too.
Yeah, a lot less penalties than I thought.
For sure. So yeah, if you want to listen to more about the XFL, make sure you check out that podcast. Make sure you follow us at Cavemen Media. Follow me at Sports.Ohio. Follow Connor at Real Connor Gray. Matt at the Ranger. He'll be back next week. At Jordan Lease on Twitter and Instagram. We hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy. We appreciate you guys listening. We really do. We're just a couple guys talking into a microphone. Nothing important to say, but if you're listening, we appreciate you sticking with us. I think we're getting close to our 1 year as well.
Yep,
so we're going to have an anniversary podcast coming up. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. We'll plan something really big for that. So have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. We appreciate you listening. Connor, play some music.